After these things, the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision. "Fear not, Abram," the voice said, "I am your shield, and your exceedingly great reward." But Abram replied, "Lord God, what will you give me, seeing that I go childless? The steward of my house is this Eliezer of Damascus. You have given me no seed, one born in my house is my heir." Then the word of the Lord came again, "This man shall not be your heir, but one who shall come forth out of your own body, he shall be your heir." And God brought Abram forth outside and said, "Look now toward the heavens. Count the stars, if you are able to number them." And he said, "So shall your seed be." And Abram believed the Lord, and it was counted to him for righteousness. Then God said to him, "I am the Lord who brought you out of Ur of the Chaldees to give you this land to inherit it." Abram asked, "Lord God, how shall I know that I will inherit it?" And God said, "Take me a heifer 3 years old, a she-goat 3 years old, a ram 3 years old, a turtle dove, and a young pigeon." Abram took all these and divided them in the middle, laying each half opposite the other. But he did not divide the birds. As Abram waited, birds of prey came down upon the carcasses, but he drove them away. And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and lo, a horror of great darkness fell upon him. Then God spoke, "Know for sure that your descendants will be strangers in a land that is not theirs. They shall serve their masters and be afflicted 400 years. But I will also judge that nation, and afterward they shall come out with great substance. And you shall go to your fathers in peace. You will be buried in a good old age. But in the 4th generation they shall return here, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full." And as the sun went down and it was dark, behold, a smoking furnace and a burning lamp passed between the pieces. On that same day, the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, "To your seed I have given this land, from the river of Egypt to the great river, the river Euphrates, the land of the Kenites, the Kenizzites, the Cadmonites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Rephaims, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Girgashites, and the Jebusites." Now Sarai, Abram's wife, had borne him no children, and she had an Egyptian maidservant, whose name was Hagar. Sarai said to Abram, "Behold now, the Lord has restrained me from bearing children. I beg you, go in unto my maid, perhaps I shall obtain children through her." And Abram listened to the voice of Sarai. After Abram had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, Sarai took Hagar her maid, the Egyptian, and gave her to her husband Abram as a wife. Abram went in unto Hagar, and she conceived. But when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress became despised in her eyes. Then Sarai said to Abram, "My wrong be upon you. I gave my maid into your embrace, and when she saw that she had conceived, I became despised in her eyes. The Lord judge between me and you." But Abram said to Sarai, "Behold, your maid is in your hand. Do to her as it pleases you." And Sarai dealt harshly with her, and Hagar fled from her face. And the angel of the Lord found Hagar by a spring of water in the wilderness, on the way to Shur. He said, "Hagar, Sarai's maid, where did you come from? And where will you go?" She replied, "I flee from the face of my mistress Sarai." And the angel of the Lord said unto her, "Return to your mistress and submit yourself under her hand." And the angel added, "I will multiply your seed exceedingly, that it shall not be numbered for multitude." And the angel of the Lord said, "Behold, you are with child and shall bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael, because the Lord has heard your affliction. He will be a wild man, his hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him. And he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren." And Hagar called the name of the Lord who spoke to her, Eloi, thou God sayest me. For she said, Have I also here looked upon him that seeth me? Wherefore the well was called Bilahai. Behold, it lies between Kadesh and Bed. And Hagar bore Abram a son, and Abram called his son's name, whom Hagar bore, Ishmael. And Abram was 86 years old when Hagar bore Ishmael to him.